Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today I wanted to do an update on the world cruise that's been going around for the last 2 months now out of its 9-month journey. So there's been a lot of drama, there's been a lot of updates, and it's turned into I would like to say, trash TV for the internet, but in a very light-hearted sense, for people to keep updated on the goings-on and the drama of the 9-month world cruise hosted by Royal Caribbean. So what I wanted to do, I did a reading on this back in December. I wanted to just do a update, kind of coming up with the whole cruise, what's been going on, and see where things are kind of standing. As a couple of the predictions that I made in my last video came true, so I wanted to see what kind of else is going on here with our 9-month world cruise, and let's see if it's still, I don't know. Last time I read, I didn't see it making it, but who knows? So we can take a look. So first things first, just remember, everything that I'm going to be sharing here today is all for entertainment purposes only and is my opinion and not a fact. So take this information as you will, make your own conclusions and the such, and just have fun. We're here to just kind of look at this cruise and what the kind of goings-on are. So I will say I've tried doing this reading once already. The first one ended up going just some technical difficulties and issues, so I had to re-record it. But what I wanted to do actually is I want to start off with a little bit of I like to call this some true crime sort of vibes, or other types of just some clarifying cards to look into. And I wanted to just pull a few for this cruise here to see if there's any areas that we might look into of what's going on, and the such. So these are just some old bulk magic cards that I have from Magic the Gathering, and I've just put some keywords to them. So if you guys like these, let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, let's just take a look at what's kind of popped out here and kind of maybe pull some things together. So we have mutiny, take over from the inside. Interesting. It's on a pirate ships. Ooh. Then we have Beamtown, find the weapon. Then we have bad deals, with a deal gone bad. Children's toys, or a halo hopper. Safe space to hide. Impulsive decisions. New idea or perspective shift. And a protector. And then I'm just gonna pull one more. Come here. And then we have listening devices or eavesdropping. Interesting. Okay. So let me try and group these together. Okay. Do I know what any of this is right now? No. Is this where I'm kind of grouping them intuitively? Yes. So we'll look into each grouping separate. So I'm just going to put a couple of them over here to the side so we can kind of look into them. So I'll put those up there. The first one I wanted to look at that kind of grabbed my attention is this safe space to hide, the takeover from the inside, aka mutiny, and then an impulsive decision. So I just want to take a look into what is this whole thing all about. The first thing that kind of comes to my mind is that I don't know if there's a multi-level brawl gonna happen, or kind of start on the ship. But I do know in my last reading, I saw that there were issues when it came to just the running of the cruise. So I want to just take a look here of like, will this cruise make it the full 9 months? Will it not? And like, this is like wild from like a mutiny standpoint, impulsive decision making in a safe space to hide. Okay, so let's just take a look at what this is all about here with the tarot. So we have the Ten of Cups, all about happiness. Knight of Swords, we're making impulsive decisions here, and that's the challenge. And, ooh, okay. So there's definitely, it feels like some unease happening here on the ship. There's not a lot of places for people, I think, that feel safe. But also here with this Knight of Swords, it's like this whole decision to like, oh gosh, it makes me feel like we're having like a I don't know why I feel, but it feels like there's like a standoff of some sort. Especially with this Knight of Swords, like we're standing off, we're making impulsive decisions, and this isn't going to be taken well. So, especially with like family members or other people involved, because here we have the Fools, like we're more impulsive decisions. We're leaping, but with not looking, and it's not going well. And the World's like we're not seeing the whole thing completely. We're taking shortcuts, we're delaying, we're not letting things, the natural cycle, and then death. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is someone trying to take over the frickin' ship? Oh god. Okay. So okay. So, in my opinion, it definitely feels that there is some trouble a brewing, or there's definitely some more negative things kind of happening on this ship than originally potentially was thought of, especially when it's there for 9 months. I'm seeing the mutiny card coming out. It's like take over from the inside. There's so many impulsive decisions being made. And the safe space to hide. Sheltering boughs. Okay, so when I say takeover, I'm seeing that there's like, either there's like a brawl or a fight or like some planned event to try and take over or shelter someone in some way, shape, or form. With the Six of Wands here reversed, the Star reversed, the Death card reversed, the World reversed. It feels like this is like an attempt at trying to right the wrongs, but you're not actually righting any wrongs. You're just making another wrong. So remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right. With the Temperance card here, it's like, I'm trying to balance the scales. I'm trying to get my money. I'm trying to be treated well and respectful, and like I'm being like, I have respect. I'm a human being. I hope I'm paying here too. Like I get to like, you don't get to treat me like a second-class human or citizen and yada yada yada, right? With the Ton of Coins here too, it makes me feel that like there's issues when it comes to money, in the way of people are respecting money, and that's kind of all that it is. Like if you're spending money, you're going to be listened to and heard, and your needs catered to. If you don't, you're gonna be kind of a second-class citizen. And it's like, that's not right. I paid to be here too. I deserve to be treated well as well. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here. And it's like an impulsive decision to kind of like fight back against the upper echelon, the elites, the whatevers. Especially because I think there's like pinnacle members, and then there's like another level to the pinnacle members, and then there's like the plebs, and yeah, like that's kind of what I've gathered, like just watching some update videos. there is like an echelon there. And within this echelon now, like there's people who are kind of getting fed up with how the echelon is treating others. So if you're going to treat us like shit, we're going to treat shit like shit back. It feels like a case study potentially in this is what happens when you don't let people who are also paying to be here be happy. You're going to have uprisings, you're going to have revolts, you're not like the idea that, or the metaphor that kind of comes to my mind is like how did like the Romans or other groups of people kind of like distract people from major issues? Oh, we made them entertainment to watch so they can watch entertainment instead of like it's like the Colosseum. Like they have the Colosseum. Like we're gonna have you go watch people in the Colosseum so you don't worry about all the issues at home. Same thing could be said with like how we watch football or baseball or basketball in the United States or American football or just regular football. And like how that's all entertainment for the masses to kind of rally around instead of kind of rallying around the shitty conditions that you might be in. And I don't know if there's any distractions for people on the ship to go on or have. Instead, they're now kind of hyper focusing on kind of maybe how they're being treated and the shitty conditions that they're in. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And it's like, we aren't going to take this. We're going to take over from the inside and we're kind of demanding to be treated well. And if you're, it's like, it gives me eat the rich mentality. So that's what I'm feeling. Remember, all alleged for entertainment purposes only, no facts here. But that's kind of what I'm feeling here when it comes to like this takeover from the inside, which I think this might stop the cruise where it is. 'Cause it's like, we can't have this happening. Like, what do you mean we were taken over? What do you mean people revolted? Like, this cruise feels a little bit bigger than just like the entertainment that is kind of like being like just like it feels like the low level entertainment that's kind of being given to us through social media, aka like TikTok or YouTube or other like Twitter or social media accounts. So okay, next thing I want to look at is this deal gone bad in children's toy. I'm actually just not going to read that. I don't want to know about that. If you guys would like me to... If you guys would like me to read on this, let me know in the comments down below. I can do it in a different video, but otherwise, I really don't want to read on this. Only thing I'm going to say about this is look at children, bad deal. End of story. I don't want to read on that. We're here for fun, entertainment, happy things, not for the underbelly of cruise lines. If you want to look at that, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'll do another video specifically around the underbelly things that are happening on cruise lines all the time. I just don't want to read on that right now. Got it? Okay. Next. Okay, so now we have new idea, perspective shifts, but also listening devices and eavesdropping. Interesting. Okay, otherwise known as like breakthroughs. Okay, so what I'm feeling here just intuitively before I even pull cards on this, I'm wondering if this might have something to do with, I don't know, if there's like a conversation that's overheard by people and it's like, I can't believe that like they're talking about us like this, that, or the other thing. And I'm wondering if that's kind of like leading into a little bit more of like what's kind of like leading to, I think there's some sort of mutiny going to occur on this ship, then it's going to cause a lot of issues. I remember specifically like the incident that kind of keeps coming back in my head is that I remember that there was a cruise line a few months ago, maybe at this point, where there was a fight that occurred and it broke out to 3 or 4 different decks on the ship. And I'm feeling like it's that kind of intensity level, except they're in the middle of the ocean and not near a port. So, okay, let's just take a look at what is going around this breakthrough and passageway seer. Six of Swords. Okay, so there's a storm of brewing, again. So the Six of Swords, like, it's a halt in travel, or a delay. Then we have the Page of Coins. Reverse, it's like we're not learning from past mistakes. Okay. Oh gosh, King of Swords for financial influences. Trunk on Power. Hopes and Fears. Ten of Wands. Unseen Obstacles. Oh gosh. Challenges. We aren't learning from our past mistakes. We are not letting ourselves be reborn. We're kind of patching a situation. Oh, what's going for them? We know exactly what the problem is, but we are trying to hide it the best we can. In the past. Oh God. And then we have in the future. Okay. So here, so kind of just going over what this breakthrough or passageway, like essentially the listening devices or eavesdropping. So what I feel this is all about is there's an issue with this ship, in my personal opinion. I said this in my last reading about the cruise as well, but I think there's an issue with the ship. There's an issue either with the ship or with like staffing or something, this, that, or the other thing. I think there's an issue with it, especially here with this delay of travel. Whether this is like, we know that it feels like they know, in my personal opinion, that there's like an issue with the ship or the passage or how we're moving or this, that, and the other thing. Feels like there's some issues, and we're not able to move forward as we can or know how to do. And a lot of this is coming from us not. Our hope is that yes, we're on the brink of collapse, but we don't get there. Like this burden that we're carrying, we'll be able to get there and like put another patch on it and then keep going, and put another patch on it and keep going. The issue here, though, I feel, is that we aren't putting enough money, time, and or resources into this issue, and it's going to be causing a lot of problems down the road when it comes to, are we making it through a passage? Are we making it to our next destination? And it feels like there's a lot of challenges that I think some of like the maintenance crew on the ship are facing. So it's like, we don't have enough money to do this. We aren't given the resources, the time. We just keep patching this thing, and pretty soon the patch is going to go kablooey, and then we're going to be stuck out here, is what it really feels like. And there's people, I don't know if you like have like the inkling of like middle management, and it's just like there's the lower level employees like, we have an issue, like we need this fixed, we need this solved, and then middle management is like, okay, we're gonna bring this up to our bosses. They bring it up to to like their big bosses. It's like, hey, we have this issue going on, and it's like we brought it up, and they're like, can it wait? And it's like, maybe, and it's like, good, we'll leave it off and we'll push it off. And then like they pushed it off, and then like 4 months later it went kablooey, and their face is like, well, why didn't you let us know about this issue? It's like, and then they kind of blame the people who are down below, and it's like, why didn't you let us know about this issue? It's like, we did, and you didn't do anything about it. And that's kind of what it feels like here. And it's causing a lot of issues here in the future, where it's like leaving a bad taste in individuals' mouths. When it comes to this new idea of perspective shift, and along with like eavesdropping or listening for different things, I'm definitely feeling that there is, it's like, you have been told this. You have been told that this is an issue several times, and you have done absolutely nothing about it. This is your fault now here at the end of the day. So, interesting. So, in my personal opinion, I do see that there's still an issue with the boat. If you want to go back to my last reading, I kind of expanded on it a little bit more. But I feel like there's an issue with the boat. They know it's going to be an issue with the boat, and it's kind of, they're just patching it and hoping to make it before, they're just hoping to be able to make it to the next port, patch it, next port, patch it, next port, patch it, and kind of limp it along to the end is what I'm feeling here. And people are, I think, going to start learning about it because they're either going to overhear something, and I wouldn't doubt if it comes to the internet soon. And they're kind of like, there might be like a little bit of a panic around, oh my gosh, did you know that this is wrong with the 9-month world cruise boat? And it's like, oh my goodness, we're all gonna die, and yada, 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 yada. And that's kind of like what I'm feeling. Like, it's causing a little bit of a mass panic, a little bit of mass hysteria, leading on to the last part where it's like, there's issues already kind of going on, and now you're adding in another layer of stress, which is kind of like, I think, tipping the scales in a direction that is not healthy for the longevity of this cruise line. Okay. Yeah, and this is, I think, an issue. All right. Then we're going to end it off here with protector and find the weapon. So, I have no idea, really, but we have a protector and find the weapon. So for me, I'm wondering if this is, I'm just going to pull cards. Because this one's a little, it feels out of place. And like, what the heck is going on here? Okay, so. What is this protector and find the weapon all about? 7 of Cups, reversed. Clear choices. We're taking action. There's a lot, there's like, this is the correct way of doing something. It's like, there's not a ton of options available to you. It's only one option available to you. What? Okay. Memories, remembering the past. Remembering the past as like an influence, a direct influence to this. It's like, okay, financial influences, negligence, block trigger. What? Hopes and fears. It's like we're trying to. So we're doing something over and over and over again. Like, we keep repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. Like the decision we made last time is the decision we're making this time. Unseen obstacles. Releasing limiting beliefs. Challenges. It's starting something new or trying something new. What's going for them? It's like you're reassessing and setting different goals. And the past is all about competition. And then we have the 5 of Coins, which is like we're looking ahead. This is the turning point. What the heck is this all about? I'm going to pull. I am quite lost, to be 100% honest. I'm going to pull some different cards for protector and find the weapon to kind of figure out what the heck is this all about. Okay. Okay, so we have some other cards to kind of help us out here. Downfall of the bad and getting ready for a long trip or travel preparations. Oh, okay. So this is, I think, about the next stage to the. I think this is like the next stage to the world cruise. I still feel that there's a major transformation happening within this 9-month world cruise here shortly, maybe within the next month or two, kind of keeping with my original time frame. But I do feel like there's a major shift in the cruise itself, and it's like we have no other option but to move forward. We only have one option here moving forward. It's something that we've done in the past. Like, this is kind of what we've always done. With the Empress here, though, it's like we're taking advantage. Like, we're using emotional ploys to kind of take advantage of people. With the 8 of Coins, it's like what's worked in the past will work for us in the future. Like, we don't need to innovate. We're kind of just keeping with the same formula, the same thing. Instead of having like an inventor, we're just having a factory worker is kind of the vibe there. With external obstacles, we have the Eight of Swords reversed, which is like, it's like we're trying to taking back your power, mental strength, releasing limiting beliefs. Okay. So it's like we're trying to figure out a way. It's like what we've done in the past, it has to work this time. The challenge though is that I think, what is this all about? Two of Wands, we're trying to this is okay. In my personal opinion, I think this is like the downfall. Like again, I think I was saying like the next stage in the cruise. I'm wondering if this is not just the next stage in the cruise, but the next 9-month world cruise, because I don't think this is going to be the last one that ever is going to be setting sail. And I think this is like the downfall or the customer service part of it, where people are essentially like, we're going through the same motions that we've always done when things go bad. Now we get to innovate afterwards, but we need to get through all of the emotional, what I'm hearing in my head is emotional BS. But in reality, like, these are people's livelihoods. This is people's money. This is people's experiences. Like, this is a customer service based industry. And you can't just treat people like a number, even though I know that at that level and like that amount of people coming in and out of a cruise, you kind of have to, because you aren't going to be able to know everyone's certain situation intimately or personally. However, I think this is like, when I see it, it's like, we have to just do it the way we've always done it, and I think this is leading to a lot of issues. Especially with the mutiny part. Because it's like, there's something that like leads to this cruise, not just, I want to say ending, but like exposed, or like like I said, in my personal opinion, I don't think this thing is making it around the world in the 9 months. I don't think it's making it around the world. I think it's ending, or like there's a huge cutoff, or there's a major issue when it comes to like people riding or not riding. Like, it feels like just a giant big blow up of some sort of issue or people or places or things that's kind of leading to like a huge hubbub that is like everywhere, whether that's on Twitter or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or somewhere. It does feel like there's a major issue when it comes to like the longevity or the continuation of this trip. So yeah, that's what I'm still seeing. And it's like, after the whole thing is said and done, it's like how they've handled it, it's like, was horrible, and it's like they're getting called out for it, but it's like now, like after the dust is settled, now we can move forward still. It's like, here's the downfall of the bad and getting ready for a long trip, because it's like, okay, we're protecting our people, we're trying to figure out what went wrong now, find the linchpin essentially. Now that everything's kind of went kablooey in our faces and like it's at the end, now we can get ready for the next trip. So it's like, it's a hyper focus on, okay, get through this shit storm, now we can go and start planning for the next thing so it's better. Or we're trying to get into this next leg and make it better. But there's a whole big hubbub, it feels like, where PR firms are going to be having to do triple time to kind of figure out how to get, I think, a lot of the issues that are going to stem from this, like, hushed underneath the rug. And I don't think it's going to do very well because of all the social media presences or people that are kind of being involved in this trip. So, okay. All right. So I want to just do one more poll here. And this is going to be just on, I want to look, oh goodness gracious. I want to just look specifically at the cruise and all the influencers that have now been kind of brought onto it. And what is like, how, like, how is this influencing the influencer influencing uh the, how this cruise has been taken? How are people feeling about it? I want to look at the internet, I want to look at executives, and I want to look at people on the cruise itself, and then staff. Because I think that's really important, as well as we should be recognizing a lot of the hard-working men and women on this boat, doing this for 9 months with some of the same people. I would imagine it is tiring, it is grueling, and a lot of people are going to be at their wits' end. So let's just take a look quickly at influencers, how they're feeling about this whole situation. Let's just look at some the cruise executives. Then I want to do the passengers. Oh boy, and then I want to do the staff. How are the staff feeling? And then I want to look at just the general audience around the whole cruise itself. Oh boy, I like okay. Do I like it? No. Yes, no, maybe a little bit of all of the above. Okay. So how are the influencers feeling when they get on the boat, or around this new opportunity? So a lot of them feel that they are getting put on, they're putting out content, but it's not making the returns that they would like. It's kind of like with the Knight of Coins, it's like this is more effort than what it should be. It's like it feels like they wanted, in my opinion, it's like, oh, this is going to be it's like a content house or a content farm, and for them it's actually like, that's what it might be, they think of when they get on the boat, or that's what's been kind of like sold to them as. And in reality, it's not a content farm, it's not a content house, it's not any of that. I think it's actually quite hostile towards them, if I'm remembering correctly from some videos that I've seen. But like, what I'm seeing is that like, this isn't what they signed up for. The content that they thought they were going to have isn't there. Like, they thought that, it feels like a lot of them are like being fed false promises, where it's like, oh, you get to meet with this person or that person, or like, I get to be a part of this new in-group or drama, and it's like, actually, no, you aren't. It definitely, it really does feel that there is kind of like already something established there. There are the characters that everyone follows, and there are the people that everyone follows, and you going there doesn't mean you're automatically a character or someone people follow for the drama or their insights into everything going on the boat. This feels like it's like more work than it's what it's been painted to be, and this isn't the content farm that I thought it could be. Like, there's not enough there, I think, for people to kind of get the hype of what it's been kind of blown up into, especially on TikTok or YouTube or Twitter. It's like, there's already been the established people, and then like, if you're trying to come in and establish yourself, it's really, really hard to do so. How are the executives feeling around this? The executives are really happy with all the hype. They see this as like a new beginning. Things are starting to grow. Like, we're having new people come. People are talking about us. People are seeing us. People are, even if any press is good press in their minds, it feels like. This is like, I'm wondering if for some of them, if there's like an idea of like a TV show, or like trying to get like a producer or a network to kind of bring in cameras, and then people can sign up ahead of time if they would like, and they can be filmed on the 9-month world cruise. Some of them, like, there could be like promised excursions that people get to go on, or you get like different types of accommodations, or like you're filmed for your or like you're compensated for your participation on the cruise, whether that's creating drama. I'm getting almost like Real Housewives, except Real Housewives of the 9-month world cruise, is kind of what the vibe I'm getting here. And it's like, it turns into a drama show, and I think that would be there would be a lot of people who would tune into it, but you can't put it on a private network like Bravo or OWN or TLC. Oh my. Could you just imagine this type of show on TLC? Like, I mean, I would have a ton of fun watching it, but I think the appeal right now with like a younger generation is having it be available on free streaming platforms for them. So like TikTok or YouTube, and having it available through there, you would make a lot of money. And I wonder if that might be a direction that executives might be looking into. They see a big potential for it. Okay, how like people who are already on the cruise feel about it? They think, or in my opinion, they feel like heartbroken. It's like, how could they? It's like, this was my cruise to go on. This was my experience to have. And now there's people being invited and filming. And it's like, this is supposed to be a vacation. And it's not a vacation anymore. I need to worry about what I say, what I do, what I wear, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, what this was supposed to be, like a relaxing, fun time, exploring the world, has now turned into something that is so drama-filled. You have to watch what you do, watch what you say. It's not a comfortable environment, and it feels like they've been backstabbed a lot in some ways, in my opinion, is what it feels like. And there's so much sorrow for what they are going through, and now kind of what is being portrayed and how they're being filmed or how they're being talked about. It's like, not everyone wants to be a social media influencer. Not everyone wants their lives to be on blast. Some people just want to live a nice, calm, peaceful life. And I think like that's the majority of the people on the cruise. And then like now that they're bringing all these influencers in or other people in, it's turning into like, this is the vacation from hell instead of a vacation of a lifetime. So that's what I'm kind of feeling there for a lot of cruise goers. How the staff are feeling, they're not doing so hot. I feel really, really, really bad for the staff on this cruise. I know that there's like I said, I have been following along with some of it, and I do believe that there's a lot of issues when it comes to them trying to be accommodating to customers, or like I think they ran out of wine for a while there. I don't know if they're still out of wine. I think there were issues like with water and getting water, or this, that, and the other thing. And I think there's a lot of probably yelling. There's a lot of they're being like abused like crazy, because it's like, well, you know us and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I paid to be here and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh my gosh, just stop. I think they are being essentially just used and abused from hell to back, from hell and back. A lot of them I feel are extremely sad. Like, if they could, they would leave. I think this is a very toxic environment for the staff. This is now bringing in influencers on top of it all, and I think it's like, how can we do our job? We didn't sign up for being now videotaped at every hour of the day. And it's like, they signed up to work the cruise, and now they didn't sign up to be a TV personality or someone who needs to be on film 24/7. Because that's exactly, I think, what's kind of happening in this situation for them. So it's like, if this is the case, where's my compensation? Because now they're having to, on top of trying to being good customer service reps, they now are being filmed 24/7. They are being constantly judged by not just people on the cruise, but now with them online. Like, there's a lot of different layers to it, and I feel extremely bad for the staff on this cruise. Because it's like, I think a lot of them hate what they're doing right now. When the Ace of Cups reversed, yeah, I think there's a lot of also repressed emotions with them, and they're not able to say a lot, even though there is a lot of, I think, just anguish kind of going on behind the scenes for them. And then we just want to kind of look here with the audience. Audience is actually really happy with all of this. It's something different. It's variety, and it's changing up kind of what the content has been. You never know what's going to happen from day to day. Lots of surprises. like I said, this feels like a TLC show, and people are watching it for the TLC-ness, I would like to say, or the drama, the suspense, the surprise, and uh, it's like with all of it, also with like the Five of Swords a little bit too, is like there's like a constant like who's gonna be the character of the day today, or who's the character of the week. It's like who are we voting off the island, or who are we not voting off the island. It's giving me a little bit of like a Big Brother sort of type of sense, as well as kind of it's like Big Brother, a little bit of Survivor, a little bit of TLC shows, and it's kind of bringing in a lot of the drama, the suspense that I think a lot of people are looking for, but it's not like super serious, dark, or heavy. It just feels like it's a fun sort of thing to kind of keep up with. Keeping up with the Kardashians, but like real people world edition on the 9-month world cruise. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. If you guys have any other things that you would like me to look into, please let me know. This has been something I've been really curious about for the last few months since it started. And then I'm going to try and link the video here at the end from the last one I did. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button. I have new content coming out all the time. And yeah, so with everything, I really just want to thank you guys so much for watching today, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!